Good morning, guys. Just wanted to go over a little unit that I just picked up from Mikita. It's their 12-volt jigsaw. Uh, Came with a 2 amp hour battery, and I haven't used this much, but what I've used so far, it works just fine. Before this, I had a Black & Decker, plug-in unit that stopped working, so decided to get a new unit. Since I do have other Mikita 12-volt, tools, I figured I'd go with the 12-volt and see if it works just fine for me. The 18-volt, I'm sure it has a lot more power, but it's just a lot bigger. And also, I don't use this every day, so for what I need, this works just fine. So I just wanted to go over some of the features with you guys. If you guys are interested in getting this, maybe this will help you out and make your decision. Now, there's a few things I don't like about this, and I'll go over that. Since this is a brushed unit, and it's a bit older, so everything is done with the Allen wrench. So to remove the blade, you gotta use the Allen wrench to do that. To move the shoe around, you gotta use the Allen wrench to do that. Now, all the new jigsaws nowadays have, keyless or, without the Allen wrench. And most of them have where you don't even need to use the Allen wrench on the shoe anymore. But for the price that I paid for this, from Amazon, I'm okay. I don't change blades that often. It comes with orbital. It's got 3 different orbital settings, so 4 settings altogether. It also has a spot in the back for the vacuum hose. Now, it didn't come with it. I think Mikita sells that separately. Sorry guys, the wind's picking up really high, really. So if the sound's not that great, I'm sorry. I apologize. So I have a Diablo fast cutting wood blade on here. One thing about the shield up front, it's really hard to get this thing to move. And there's no accuracy to it. I have a hard time moving it, so I just don't use the shield up front. I just pop it back on top. So let's see how this works. The Allen wrench's onboard storage is actually pretty good and solid in there. Goes in there and then just clips up. So this is what it looks like. This is how big it is compared to the 18-volt. This is so much smaller. Now with jigsaws, you do want some weight, and this has got enough weight where it's not bouncing around on you all over the place. It's a pretty decent unit from what I've used so far. So let's just make a couple of quick cuts and see what it does. I'll try on regular mode and then the orbital, and we'll go from there. Now, it's a 2 amp hour battery, and I do have a 5 amp hour one. See what the difference is, but with the jigsaw, I don't think it makes that much of a difference. So this is with the orbital off. It does have a lock. We'll try it with the highest orbital setting here. See if that makes any difference. A lot faster with the orbital, obviously, but the cut's not as nice. And these are Diablo blades, so they're pretty decent blades. But as you can see, it cuts. This is just, 1/4 inch, piece of scrap wood that I had around. Let's try something thicker. Again, this is another piece of scrap wood. This is a bit more solid. I mean, I think it's just softwood too, so. With the orbital off, you take your time, and the cut's pretty decent. Pretty decent. There's no scars on the top of the wood here or the bottom. Just a little bit at the end here. But this is a fast cutting wood blade. So now with the orbital number 4 or number 3. Again, a lot faster, but as you can see, there's a lot more tear out on the top. I don't know if you can see this part from here, but it's a big difference. This compared to this. So if you got, I mean, you can also use a fine blade, wood cutting blade, and that'll make it a lot better cut. But this is for fast cutting, so I mean, at this point you don't care about tear out. Let's try something thicker. I don't know if my blade is long enough for this piece of wood. Now this is 1/2 inch, I think, plywood or MDF, one of those two. I'm not a professional, so you know, don't know the names of all the pieces of wood. But so far, for what I use, it's doing a good job. And this is with the 2 amp hour battery. Now let's try the 5, see if that makes much of a difference. Again, just with the regular mode. There you go, guys. You got to take your time. I mean, I was pushing a little bit, but I wasn't forcing it. Just let the tool do the job. It does just fine. Now let's try with the orbital. So you can see again, tear out. The difference is significant, guys. So if you're just doing cuts, take your time, and this thing will do everything you need it to do. Actually, I don't know if my blade is long enough to cut this. It is, so we'll try. I think this was a 2x6. Give this a try. See if it bogs down at all. With the orbital on. Now, guys, this is a thick piece of wood. For a 12-volt tool to do this, it does it just fine. You take your time, you do it. I don't think everybody needs an 18 volt, especially because it's so much bigger. And this little thing does everything you need it to do. Now I'm going to change the blade, put a squirrel blade on there, see how that works out. Never tried this actually, so again, you got to loosen the so here we go. This is a Diablo, again, Diablo blade. One thing I've noticed, guys, when you're cutting, my Black & Decker, a lot of the dust would block where the line is, where you're cutting. With this, it seems to, I mean, I haven't noticed any blockage of the line. It seems to push the dust away just fine. So I haven't even noticed it. Let's see if we can do this. I have it on orbital. First setting. There you go, guys. It does just fine for arts and crafts. I mean, it's a nice little jigsaw, and the cut's just beautiful on this. Now, I'm not a professional, so if I'm not doing something right here, guys, I'm sorry. But I'm just trying to show you what this thing's capable of. And it does just fine. If you're thinking about this, the prices on these is compared to some of the other ones. I mean, I paid, and this is in Canada, I paid like $70 for this on Amazon. It's dirt cheap. You can get some cheap batteries and you're on your way. Now, I want to try actually, see if I can cut a 45. The one thing with this, I mean, you put it down and there's always a chance of losing it. Granted, you can always get a replacement, but just wish they had the keyless ones, you know? So you gotta loosen this, put it to 45, and there's numbers back here, so it tells you exactly where you are. Now, granted, they're a bit harder to see. I don't even know if the camera's picking them up, but I mean, most tools have that now. Let's see. So nice 45 cut. Granted, this is thin stuff, but this is what you would use this for mainly anyway. Thin materials. If you're going into thick stuff every day, I don't know, maybe look at this bigger brother, the 18 volt. But this is fine for most people, I think. You just push it forward and then it just locks into place. Now I like the fact that it does have the vacuum port back here, so I can connect it to a vac hose. And I don't have a dust collector yet, but I'm planning on getting one, so got to see what size fits this. I'm sure it's in the manual. So there you go, guys. Let me know what you think. Please, if this helps you out, you know, give me a thumbs up. If not, just give me a thumbs down, but let me know why you're unhappy with me. And if you have any advice, please let me know. I'm trying to, you know, I got some time on my hands, like everybody else these days, so trying to make a few videos. Maybe I can help somebody out. So if this helps you out, please give me a thumbs up so I know it's reaching people. Thank you so much, guys. Let me see if there's anything else. Guys, I like it. I mean, I like it. And I, you know what, I will show you this little saw that I have. This is 12 volt as well. I mean, I have a big circular saw, but most of the time I'm cutting this small stuff, you know, for what I use it for. And you know, this works just fine, and it uses the same batteries, and this little thing cuts really well. Maybe I'll make a video of this and show you guys how this runs. And you can also get this really cheap now. It is a brush tool, but guys, we used brush tools for God knows how many years, and they were just fine. And Mikita, you guys know Mikita makes decent stuff. So if you want to see this, let me know. Let me know and I'll make a video. In fact, I'll make a video of all my 12 volt Mikita stuff. If you guys would like to see that, let me know which tool you're looking for, and if I have it, I'll make a video showing what it can do. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Again, if you like this, thumbs up. Thumbs down if you don't. But let me know why you don't like what I showed you. So, thank you.